Hi everyone. In this session, we are going to compare fractions. And how are you going to compare fractions mentally in just seconds? Even that will be much easier for you after watching this video. So, uh, basically, there are some methods. So, we're going to start with the first one, which says when you have same denominator, like we have started comparing fractions, and that the first method is the first one. As you can see, the first one is when you have same denominators like this. So when you have same denominators, we compare the numerators directly. That means, for example, if you have 2/3 and 5/3, so the denominators are same. It's 3 and 3. So when you have same denominators, you directly compare the numerators, which one is lesser is less and which one is more is greater. That means 2 is less than 5, so that means 2/3 is lesser than 5/3. That's how we compare numerators when we have same denominators. That's the first one. That's the first method. Okay, when we go on for the second method, that says when you have same numerators. Before you were having same denominators, but now it's opposite. Now you have same numerators. When you have same numerators like 2/3 and 2/5, you have same numerators 2 and 2. So the smaller the denominator, the larger is the fraction. This is how we remember things. That means 2/3. 3 is lesser than 5. That means 2/3 is a greater fraction than 2/5. 2/3 is greater than 2/5. Okay. Now I'm going to show you a method in which you don't have to follow these two methods. You are going to do the calculations in mind. Okay, let me take one example. The first example which I'm going to take is, okay, when you have 1/10 and suppose you have 1/4. Okay, you have two fractions whose numerators are same, absolutely same. So what do you think in this? The smaller the denominator, the greater the fraction. That means 1/4 is greater than 1/10. Is that right? That's how we follow. But this is the method which I'm going to show you, that's called as butterfly method. In this, what we do is we just bubble up the first two numbers. That means 1 and 4, and we multiply them. That means 1 times 4 gives us 4, and then we multiply 1 times 10, and that gives you 1 times 10 is 10. Now we compare the two numbers which we have got. 4 is lesser than 10. That means 1/10 is less than 1/4. This method applies for each and every fraction, whether you have same denominators or same numerators or different denominators or different numerators. So this is how you say that 1/10 is lesser than 1/4. That's the fraction. That means 1/10 is lesser than 1/4. Okay, let's go on and find out another example. 5/6 and 5/7. So when you have two fractions like this, 5/6 and 5/7, what do? You just multiply this. You bubble up these two. 5/6, 5 times 7 is 35. So we write down 5/7 is 35, and then we are going to multiply this. That's 6 times 5. 6 times 5 gives you 30. And 35 is greater than 30. So we say 5/6 is greater than 5/7. That's how we compare two fractions. That means 5/6 is greater than 5/7. Okay, let's see another example. For example, if we have 3/10, and 3/4. So what do? We multiply these two numbers. We bubble up these two numbers. 3 times 4 is 12, and we write it on the top of this fraction. And we multiply these two numbers. 10 times 3 is 30. And so which one is more? 30 is more than 12. So we say that this fraction is 3/10 is lesser than 3/4. That's how we do it. Okay, let's see another example on this. Suppose we have 4/11s, 4/11s and 4/8s. So here, what do we have? We have numerators same. Basically, we are doing the same numerators. The lesser the denominator, the larger the fraction. That's how we remember. Or else, if you don't remember that, what do we do? 4 times 8 is 32. So we write down. 11 times 4 is 44. So we write down. 32 is lesser than 44. That means 4/11 is lesser than 4/8. That's how we do it. Okay. Let's see another example. For example, if you have 2/4, and 2/7. So we multiply 2 times 7, that gives us 14, and 4 times 2, that gives us 8. So 14 is greater than 8, so that means 2/4 is greater than 2/7. Yes, absolutely right. Okay, so let's see another example. 1/3, 1/3 and 1/9. The same numerators, the lesser the denominator, the larger the fraction. That means 1/3 is greater than 1/9. And with bubble up butterfly method, what are we going to do? We are going to multiply the numerator with this number. 1 times 9 gives us 9, write it on the top. 3 times 1 is 3, write it on the top. 9 is greater than 3, that means 1/3 is greater than 1/9. Okay, let's solve another example. 1/12 and 1/4. So 1 times 4 gives us 4, 1 times 12 gives us 12. 4 is lesser than 12, that means 1/12 is lesser than 1/4. Okay, let's go on. 5 9s and 5 6. 5 times 6 is 30. 5 times 9 is 45. So 30 is lesser than 45. That means 5 9s is lesser than 5 6. Okay, let's go on. For another example, that means 2/4 or 2/3. So 2 times 3 is 6. 4 times 2 is 8. 6 is lesser than 8. So 2/4 is lesser than 2/3. Okay, let's go on. Now we have 2/3 or 2/10. 2 times 10 gives us 20. And 3 times 2 gives us 6. 20 is greater than 6. So 2/3 is greater than 2/10. Okay, another example we'll have 1/3 and 1/4. So when we have 1/3 and 1/4, 1 times 4 gives us 4. 3 times 1 gives us 3. 4 is greater than 3. So 1/3 is greater than 1/4. Okay, another example. These are all related to same numerators. When you have same numerators, the lesser the denominator, the greater the fraction. Okay, let's see another example. Suppose we have 2/7 and 2/6. So same numerators, the lesser the denominator, the greater the fraction. Okay, so 2/6 is greater than 2/7. Suppose we have 3/8 and 3/9. Same numerators, the lesser the denominator, the greater the fraction. So 3/8 is greater than 3/9. This also you can do it by butterfly method, as I've already shown you. And let's try 1/11 and 1/4. So you have the lesser the denominator, the greater the fraction. Or you can just cross multiply. 4 times 1 is 4. 11 times 1 is 11. 4 is lesser than 11. So 1/11 is lesser than 1/4. That's how you can do using butterfly method. That applies for each and every fraction. Okay, 1/6 and 1/8. So same numerators, the lesser the denominator, the greater the fraction. By butterfly method, 1 times 8 is 8. 6 times 1 is 6. So 8 is greater than 6. 1/6 is greater than 1/8. Same way. Okay, if you have 1/6 and 1/4. So same way, same numerators, the lesser the denominator, the greater the fraction. So 1/4 is greater than 1/6. By butterfly method, 1 times 4 is 4. 6 times 1 is 6. 4 is lesser than 6. That means 1/6 is lesser than 1/4. All right, so you have done with comparing of fractions. Now you're perfect. Now you can do any of the fractions, compare it mentally in your head in just seconds. Okay, thank you so much, guys. Please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, and do leave a comment. Thank you so much. Bye bye. Take care.